Welcome everyone. Today finds me in Elkhart, Indiana. As you can see behind me, we are at the Hall of Heroes, a museum dedicated to superheroes. Let's go inside and see what we can find.
We have over here Adam West's personal Batman costume.
That is Adam West?
Yep, that was his
Screen
personal
one,
Batman
no
costume.
kidding.
It was the one he wore in the 70s and 80s at public
this was for public appearances.
Right, this
okay.
was his personal one. Yep.
All right. So how similar would that have been to the screen
Pretty
version?
similar. Yeah, I mean, if you look, it's pretty similar to the to the original outfit. In fact, the boots on our costume actually were from the show. You can tell those are pretty rough there, but those are actually were from the show. And then up here's a letter from Adam when it was auctioned off.
Okay, so this is all stuff from the TV series, and there is the mask, cowl, however you want to refer to it, signed by Adam West. And there's John Aston, Gomez Adams as the Riddler. Eartha Kitt, a lot of people forget she was Catwoman. And of course, Yvonne Craig as Batgirl.
Including the first appearance of Robin from 1940, first appearance of Wonder Woman from 1942, and the first appearance of Captain America from 1941.
Now, is this an original Bob Kane drawing?
It is.
Wow.
Yep, and then there's an original Joe Shuster sketch up there and a Bob Kane Batman up there as well.
No kidding.
Yeah, we have quite an original art collection as well, which only a third of it is on display here at this location. A lot more of it will be on display at the new facility. And then we have a Captain America #1 from 1941. And these rare World War II era comic books you will only see here and the Library of Congress. We're only one of 2 museums that you'll see some of these rare comics. And then all the first Marvel comics right here. First appearance of Spider-Man was autographed by Stan Lee when he was actually here filming his Superfan show at our museum 7 years ago. And that's talked about in the comic book as well. And that is one of 8 national television shows that's been filmed here. Upstairs is our DC and Marvel areas.
I really love that Adam West costume. And look it up there. There is a poster from the movie they made of the TV show. A lot of stars there. Cesar Romero, Burgess Meredith, Lee Meriwether, Frank Gorshin. And look at that, they are running TV shows. I better not show that, they're probably copyrighted. Okay, and look at some of these cool toys. I think those are probably shampoos, the Batman and Robin shampoo. Wow, this is really some cool stuff. And look down there. They have I wonder if the head raises up. Oh my goodness, it does. Look at that. And that's how they would activate the bat poles. And I have here a custom comic book that is about this Hall of Fame. And look at that, Dean Cain. Look at that, all the Fantastic Four signed that one. Oh, and look at that, we have a page of original art from a comic book. That is very cool. I'm guessing that's probably Kurt Swan art, maybe? Cartoon cell. Oh my goodness, that doesn't look like original art, but it looks like it is the layout from the comic book. This is what they probably took to the printer. And there are the color keys. That's very cool. This does look like original art. Probably from Superboy. Yeah, it says Superboy right up there. I don't know what the date would be on this one. Well, tell us a little bit about how did this get started? Where are you moving to? What's the history?
Well, pretty much, our museum, we're the only comic book and superhero museum in the United States. This is actually the largest memorabilia collection in the world being preserved. And we're a nonprofit organization. We've been here about 12 years. I've spent 25 years in the industry as a comic book writer and historian.
I was going to ask, is that a Kurt Swan over there? Or who's the...
Oh, the original? That is an original Kurt Swan. Yes, that is correct. Yeah. You know your art.
And what about your move? Tell us about that.
We are going to be moving here in about 2 months, sometime in August. And we don't have the date yet. We just started renovations last week on the new building. So it depends on how quickly that goes. We're hoping to be moved sometime in August.
And what city will that be in?
It'll be still here in Elkhart.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're only moving 10 minutes north of here to be right off the toll road.
Okay.
Yeah, because 80% of our visitors are from out of state and even outside the United States. If you see our guest book,
Okay, so we're going to sign this. And here is Mark. And you've got T-shirts and a little bit of take-home memorabilia here.
We have shot glasses. We have coffee mugs. You name it, we got it.
So we look at this. We have the comic book. I picked one of these up. Got it signed. All the superhero shirts, T-shirts, mugs. What are the price on these mugs?
They're only $8.
$8.
Yeah.
Here we go. And here once again, looks like we have some style sheets here from television cartoon show. There's Space Ghost. That looks like Green Lantern art. Super Friends down there in the lower right corner. Very, very cool. And there's Rocket. Oh, wow. Look at this Iron Man. Holy cow. And they have an X-Men video game. And everywhere we look, we're seeing the original art. That's one of my favorite things, is to see those cells from the cartoons. I really like that. Here's a display case full of X-Men. And look at this. They have, once again, this is not original art, but these are the color key layouts from the cover of an Avengers comic book. Here we have the original sketch and the cell from a cartoon. That's Captain America, and right next to him, the same thing with Thor. I really love seeing this original cartoon art. I have a little collection at home. Cells I have, Pink Panther and Flintstones. No superhero work though, so I really enjoy seeing this. And here we have a display case, primarily the X-Men. We have some more Marvel. We see the Fantastic Four is predominantly featured in this case. Look at that Dr. Doom mask, isn't that neat? And it's the Amazing Spider-Man. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. And he is spinning a web. And what do we have over here? Okay, it looks like, I don't know. That looks like a real page from the book. So I don't know exactly what the rest of this is, but it is pretty neat to look at. And here is Spider-Man. Look at that. They even have J. Jonah Jameson back there. Can you see him? Very, very cool stuff. I know I keep saying that, but I'm just kind of at a loss for words because I just am enjoying the daylights out of this little museum. I didn't know that Spider-Man was a Musketeer. Look at those ears. It's a Spider-Man Mickey hat. I think that is a model because I remember having one like that when I was a kid. I think that's a model that you put together and paint. Here once again we see more Marvel. In this case, And this place is just busting at the seams. So I guess I'm getting a last look at the old original Hall of Heroes because they said they're moving in about a month. And here's our DC. You can see we have Superman there. And isn't this weird? We have Marvin Martian. We have Spy vs. Spy from Mad Magazine. A lot of weird stuff in this cabinet. Look at that. They have a collectible Phantom knife. I used to like Phantom when I was a kid. You know, he traveled around the jungles of Africa, I suppose. And it was generation after generation after generation of this family that was the Phantom. But the natives in the area just thought he was like a ghost that lived forever. And he helped people. And here's some more DC. We see Aquaman. We see Wonder Woman, Flash. And look at that. There's Wonder Woman's invisible plane. But it does say it's just a replica. And this is something interesting. I wanted to do a video on this subject, Shazam. A lot of people don't know Shazam was originally Captain Marvel. And then there was a lawsuit with DC Comics. They said that he was too similar to Superman. They got the name Captain Marvel, but they never used it. And finally Marvel used Captain Marvel. And they protected the name. And that, in a nutshell, is why Captain Marvel is now a blonde superhero in the Marvel world. But believe it or not, this guy right here is the original Captain Marvel. Now, of course, he has to go by the name Shazam. That was just a catchphrase, a word he said to turn into Captain Marvel. Did you know that? True story. Apparently this cabinet is all Superman. I used to love Superman, and I never knew how to say that little guy's name, Mr. Mxyzptlk, M-X-Y-Z-P-L-P-T-L-K. It was sort of like Beetlejuice. You got him to say his name, he would return to the dimension from whence he came. And there is a copy of the original Superman. That's not Action Comics where he first appeared. That is Superman Comics. And will you look at that? It's a Superman marionette. Isn't that strange? There's Underoos, Superman's Underoos. Superman Bank. I don't even know what this is. It looks kind of like a Nutcracker character. Some weird stuff here, I tell you. There's Superman orange flavored drink. No, we haven't moved to black and white. That's the real color.
I know a lot of people are going to that now. Right, yeah, he's been on that. He's been on for several years, and he was into that one. It's like every 3 days.
And there's the Hall of Justice, which actually looks a little bit like this building, the Hall of Heroes. A Superman pogo stick. I bet it'll make you jump super high. And what is this, a bust or a rubber mask? That is a mask. That's a rubber mask. I don't think I'm allowed to put it on. There's another mask and a lot of different lunch boxes. It's just a little dark in this cabinet. But a lot of these are lunch boxes, and that is, it says it's the 1966 Ben Cooper mold. Green Lantern, Aquaman, Captain Atom, and Mr. Fantastic. Will you look at this? It's a bat pole. I'm quite certain he's not going to let me slide down. But it would be fun. And there's some more original art. And there's license plates from Illinois, Metropolis. Maybe you saw my video where I went to Metropolis. I'll link it down below. Or maybe up here. We'll see. So you can see the town of Metropolis. It's really cool. They have a giant Superman statue right in the center of town. And look at this. Once again, these are rubber masks. It's Steve Austin, the $6 Million Man, and there was one episode where he met Bigfoot, and that's what that represents. And let's not forget Mighty Mouse and Underdog. And there we have a collectible Thor hammer, the Mighty Thor. That's a real classic looking Iron Man mask. And there is the more contemporary version. Okay, and here is Sheldon's screen-worn shirt. And then right next to it, we have an autographed picture of him wearing it, or at least one like it. So The Seduction of the Innocent was a book that came out and said that there was influence in comic books, and it caused the start of the comic code. They said there were subliminal messages. So there we see something from Stan Lee, who filmed his TV show here, or an episode of it anyway. There are a lot of Batman villains. We see the Riddler, we see Penguin, Catwoman. How do you like that Catwoman? Wow. And of course, probably the best known villain of Batman is Joker. Thanks for joining me, everybody, from the Hall of Heroes. As always, I encourage you to like and share the videos. If you haven't already, please subscribe and ring that bell icon up above so you know when I post new videos. And of course, I'd love to hear your comments. From Elkhart, Indiana, in the Hall of Superheroes, I'm Mark with the Average Me Channel.